We are good to go. Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday, one more day, and we have the weekend upon us. I do have amazing panelists here with us today, and they will be sharing their stories as to why they stayed with Mojo Helpdesk. And they can also go through how long they've been with us, but we'll save that for a little bit later. Just wanted to do a little bit of housekeeping before we get started. 80% of our audience today are not Mojo Helpdesk customers. So for the ones that are using Mojo Helpdesk today, I'll take a little bit of time just explaining who we are, what we do, and what we help these panelists do today. So I'll just take a moment to do that. As far as our agenda goes, it's pretty light. We'll do a little bit of intro to Mojo Helpdesk. I have a couple announcements to make just to get everybody excited as to what's coming here at Mojo Helpdesk. And then I'll introduce the panelists. They're pinned here. And then we'll just open it up for some Q&A for questions that might come from our audience. Sound good? Everybody give me a thumbs up. Good, good, good. Okay, perfect. And the first thing that I wanted to do was actually share some updates. I put it in the chat. So if you can start clicking on that, if you're already on. And I'll do a little bit of a demo of our product roadmap. So let's do that. So if you're looking at my screen, do you see the Trello product roadmap board?
Yes.
And what this is it's a view into what Mojo Helpdesk is working on currently. So you will need a Trello free account. So it'll show everything that's generally available to our customers using Mojo Helpdesk. What's in beta, if you have the beta turned on, so you can actually start learning how that's being finished up and cleaned up to be provided for general availability. It will also show what's ready to release, what's in development, what's currently on deck, and what's in the backlog. And what we really need help from our existing customers is they can start voting on what they believe are the best features that will help their business utilize Mojo Helpdesk better. So as you can see, we have a few beta customers that are already looking at this, but this is kind of the public release, so people can start clicking on and voting on the features that they would like to see us work on. And the highest voted, obviously, will start moving that onto the on deck and in development. So how to vote, you just simply click. I would have a different access because I am an admin, but if you are just a free Trello user, you just click on this card and it will show a vote button and you can go ahead and vote. Thank you for reminding me of that, Daniel. Perfect. The next announcement that I wanted to share is our Connect forum. Whenever you see, if you don't see any features that is mentioned in the product roadmap, this is the best place to go. We have a general, a general button where you can just share whatever you feel you want to share with the rest of the community. If it's a feature related discussion, bug related, or any kind of feedback to our announcement that we post either via email or blog, here's a way that you can engage with us. This is something that we launched about 2 weeks ago. We want to make sure that our existing customers are aware of it, as well as some of the prospective customers that are looking to understand what we're working on. With that, I'm going to ask my CEO to just say a few words as to what our focus is, why we're doing this. And so Daniel, if you could unmute and just say hi to everybody.
Yes, if you can just unshare for now. Great, thank you. All right, welcome everybody. I'm very happy to see so many people attending. Thank you very much to the panelists for sharing their experience, and to June for organizing that. I'm Daniel. I am in Austin, Texas. I've been in Texas for 25 years. I'm from France originally. And now I am married with a Texan. So imagine the mix. I'm glad here to be meeting the customers, because we work heads down several days a week, and we kind of forget that people using the software, they use it every day for their business, and when that doesn't work they are impacted. They're impacted as a business, but also personally. That makes their life very miserable. And instead of developing more features and more features and just releasing them like this, we want to focus on releasing user experience, which is a total package. It's not only a new feature with a new color, maybe a button that is faster to push. It's also how we deliver it and how we interact with our customers, the way they feel when they use the software or when they contact us, and or they contact the help desk. So since we did that idea of delivering user experience is also all the way down to the developers. And when I tell them, look, your feature works, but what's the user experience? And they go like, oh yeah, I need to redo it. So I think that's the next level for every company that makes software, is forget the software. It's all about user experience. So I'm glad we are here. That's why we created Connect, this discussion forum, where all of our customers can join and share their needs, their feedback about the new features that we released. For example, we released the service level agreements and the business hours. We imagine it's very useful, but unless you guys tell us on the forum what you like, what you don't like, what's missing, then we will not know. Okay, so we encourage you to go to connect.mojohelpdesk.com to connect not only with us but also with other customers. So I'm very happy that we are here today, and I'll let June take over.
Thank you. So following that, I wanted to share just the quick differentiators about Mojo Helpdesk for those that are not existing customers of ours. So let me pull my slides back up. Let me know if you can see this. Okay, yep. Perfect. So everything that we do here at Mojo Helpdesk circles around these 4 key differentiators. This is what has put us in the good graces of our existing customers. These 4 are really what keeps us, like what Daniel mentioned, heads down, making sure that we're continuing to improve our solution. We want to make sure that there is quicker resolution time for our customers, that the adoption doesn't take months to get teams to start using it, that the user experience is amazing for both the requester and the agents that are helping resolve the requests. It can be internal or customer-facing requests. And finally, making sure that our cost is very doable for whether you're a nonprofit, an education organization, or a for-profit organization, that we are giving you the most bang for your buck, essentially, the most value for what the tool can provide. These are our panelists for the day. I wanted to go from my left to my right. So if you could introduce yourself, how long you've been with Mojo Helpdesk, and just give us a quick fun fact. So we'll make it a little bit fun. So Jim, get us started.
Good afternoon. Thanks for inviting me. I'm Jim Zigmont. I founded Zig Computer Consulting in 2001. And my fun fact is I am the only person in Connecticut who won 2 scratch-off jackpots in 8 minutes in the lottery.
How much were they?
20,000 each.
Wow.
Wow.
That's
That's
awesome.
great.
Angel, can you top that?
No, but I will try. So my name is Angel. I work for Zig Computer Consulting. I'm a systems administrator, so I got more in depth with the system. But one fun fact is I have run 6 half marathons and hope to one day run a full marathon.
I'm not a runner, so. Perfect. Kara?
Hi, I'm Kara Whitehead. I'm the Director of Technology for Attalla City Schools. We are a very small school system in Northeast Alabama. I have been actually with Attalla for 2 years, but I have spent 26 years in education, everything from classroom teacher to instructional coach to administrator, and now a district level administrator.
All right, Ashley?
Hi, everyone. My name is Ashley King. I'm with the Homeless Outreach Program Integrated Care Systems, a nonprofit organization that works with the homeless community in South Los Angeles. I've been with this organization for 13 years. One fun fact about me is I was an All-American cheerleader.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Thanks.
Wow. All right, and Todd?
Hi, I'm Todd Elgie, the Director of Technology at Cypress Christian School in the suburb of Houston, Texas. We've been with Mojo for 10 years now. And a fun fact about me is I like to go see bands. Last night, I saw the Violent Femmes, taking me back to high school. And next Friday, I'm going to go see 311. So how about that?
We do have a bunch of fun panelists today, so I am going to stop sharing so you can actually see their faces. So as I mentioned earlier, 80% of our attendees are non-Mojo Helpdesk customers, and about 20% are existing customers of Mojo. And a little backstory, Mojo Helpdesk was actually developed because our sister company, DAW's Keyboard, needed our own ticketing system. And we made this webinar a little bit more exciting because at the end of this, somebody in the participants list will be winning a DAW's keyboard of their choice. Thank you so much to DAW's Keyboard. So let's make sure that everybody stays on towards the end and get a chance to win that keyboard. So I wanted to start with just, the base question of how do you use Mojo Helpdesk today? And I think every single panelist in today's webinar have a different use for it. So if you could give us just a high level view of what you use Mojo Helpdesk for, maybe I'll start with Ashley.
Hi, everyone. My company started using Mojo Helpdesk with our IT system, actually. So we would submit tickets for our IT department here at Hopix. And I'm really close to the IT department, so I kind of stole it from them. And I started using it for our interim housing operations department. So what interim housing is, it's like crisis housing for people experiencing homelessness. And we needed a ticketing system to utilize to get in requests for facility repairs and things like that. So I kind of took it from our IT department and we started using it in the interim housing operations department. And so me and June have talked and we're developing, we're trying to figure out other ways we can develop it and use it in a way of forms as well. So that it's just one system that all of our staff come to submit tickets and then also to do forms. So that's how we use it here at Hopix.
Thank you for sharing that. And Jim and Angel, you're actually from the same organization. So Jim, if you could share high level about how you're utilizing it, and then Angel, you can just dig into the details a little bit.
Yeah, we use it strictly for the IT support for all of our customers. We've been doing it now for 10 years. We had a couple of different options that we went out and took a look at, and my ticket manager fell in love with the system immediately once he started working with it. And every one of our customers, from the smallest nonprofit to the largest for-profit that we support in like 6 different states, they love the ease of use, and we've never looked back from how we use it. The biggest point is it's scalable, and we utilize the scalability of the help desk. It's affordable. And when it comes to reporting tech issues, closing tickets, and talking to the end user, that's a big plus for us.
Anything you want to add to that, Angel?
I mean, he covered it all. But it's great because you can very incrementally like refine each individual queue and each individual company, or those could be processes, maybe, you know, finance, and, you know, all those can be individual queues and be used for reporting. So it's awesome.
That's awesome. How about you, Kara?
Yeah, we use Mojo Helpdesk for our IT department, but also for our maintenance department. So our teachers, our administrators have one central place that they can go when they know that there's an issue. They can go to one central place and put that in. So, you know, of course, we can filter it to where I get things that are technology related. It's not necessary for me to see the maintenance related things, but if I need to, they're there and available. But I do get the notifications of you know, Chromebooks aren't working or I can't log on to the internet. And so we can do immediate repairs right then. Sometimes we can do them from our desk, but sometimes it does require us to travel out. But we do have that record of what needs to be done, how long it takes to complete, and even who put in that request.
And I'll circle back with Ashley on this as well, because Kara, you mentioned a lot of things that, you know, you love about the tool and how you're using it. But if you could put it in one word, why did you stay with us? Jim mentioned scalability. Why have you stayed with Mojo Helpdesk this long?
I would say number one is the ease of the product. It's very easy to use. You can add and take away people who need to see and give them different levels of access. And I also, the price is a big thing. It's very affordable.
I love that. Ashley.
One of the reasons why we decided to go with the route is more of like the data, being able to pull the data of the requests, you know, how quickly they're being picked up, when they're being turned over, what's the response time. So that was one of our big reasons with going with Mojo, not only the price, but also just being able to pull those data points to report out.
Perfect. Todd, how do
Yes,
you?
well, I kind of echo what everybody else has said. We're a school, about 750 students, 140 faculty and staff. We started it out with using for IT, and now we have maintenance and different queues. And I think the thing I love about Mojo Helpdesk is it is a complete set it and forget it. The only time I really think about it is when I got to figure out the annual invoice, which is very inexpensive, and get that paid from our accounting department. But if you're an IT person or in operations and you want to be the hero in your organization, sign up with Mojo Helpdesk and you will be loved. Promise.
I love hearing all of those stories. And again, these panelists have been with Mojo Helpdesk for a long time. With that, too, just a quick history, I guess, of where you were before Mojo Helpdesk. You've talked about, yes, these are the things that we love about Mojo Helpdesk, but walk us through what you were doing before Mojo Helpdesk. And I'll kind of do it backwards. Todd, do you know?
Yeah, it was basically my Outlook inbox. And I think maybe before that, Skype for Business or Google Hangouts. But what's great about this now is, and I have people that'll text me or Teams me or email me, and I'll address their issues. But here at Cypress Christian, our overall vision, and we try to tell all of our customers, and that includes parents, put it on the help desk. And what's so great is you can just send an email to helpdesk@cypresschristian.org. We'll receive that. We'll figure out what queue it goes to. Someone will address that issue, but we can actually have some visibility into what our issues are, where we need to put more resources. And from an operational academic side, if the academic people get a little feisty operationally, we can say, well, these things are not on the help desk. How can we fix something we don't know about? And then that really kind of, they have to go back and follow the procedure and we can be a more efficient organization. So before we were just winging it, and now we're checking the help desk every day.
I love that. Jim, what did you do before?
Oh, you're muted.
Sorry about that. When I first started out, I was using text messages, voicemails, and emails. And what forced my hand to get a more formalized system was that, sort of echoing what Todd was saying, I had customers that would sort of pepper me with all these issues, and things would start to fall through the cracks. And you would forget. If you get a text message, it gets pushed down a list. You forget to check the voicemails, and before you know it, you're getting overwhelmed. And then people started using tech as an excuse for why things didn't get done. And then it just sort of, when it got out of control, where people were sort of accusing me of not getting something done. But the problem was Jane told Bob to contact me. Bob never calls me. It was a mess. And so my ticket manager aggressively was searching for something, came across Mojo Helpdesk, a product by Zoho, and a Google product, and instantly fell in love with Mojo Helpdesk. And what it did was it streamlined all of our request processes. It provided accountability for me and for my guys, but also we had our customers have permission rights to go into the system, and they could see tickets that may have been outstanding, tickets that were closed. They helped in understanding our pattern of the problems that we were seeing. And it painted a really clear picture for non-techie people at our customers who oversee us, and understand what it is that we go through with some of the requests that we get. And it just really opened up all lines of communication. And it's been a godsend, because it was a minor disaster before, I could tell you that.
I'm glad that you found us, and thank you for staying with us. Kara, do you know what you were doing before?
Actually, I don't. As I said, I've been in this position for 2 years. Not really quite sure how long Mojo Helpdesk has been in place in our school system, but I know the previous tech director, that's what he used. Our teachers are very familiar with it. They're comfortable with it. I love the fact that we can add anybody we need as an agent. For example, we are a small school system. We have 3 schools. So each principal is considered an agent, where they can see the tickets that are put in, even though we're not asking them to go fix things. We want them to be aware of the needs that their teachers are saying, because sometimes you begin seeing a pattern for who's asking for what. And so I do love that part. I was a tech director in another school system. We used another product. We've all been there with the text message and the Google form, and to have this one centralized location that is very easy to use. It directs a user exactly what they need to fill in for it to be a successful ticket, and then to be able to communicate. And even though we have a very small tech department and we actually share an office, sometimes it's nice to know that a tech is working in a school and they're seeing exactly what you're seeing, and being able to close things out, and you see that happening in real time. So.
That's very helpful. Ashley.
So previously we were using Google Forms for the operations, and I know everyone's familiar with Google, so everybody felt comfortable with it. But on the back end, having to scroll all the way over in the spreadsheet, for those who've used Google Forms before, you have to scroll all the way over. If something's missing, you would have to type it in. So when we were trying to assign certain tasks to people, I would have to physically go and type this person's name, and they would have to pull up the spreadsheet, and we would have to share it in. All those spreadsheets are great. I'm starting to think they're a little bit of IT ancient history. So it was a mess using the spreadsheet, especially having to have so many hands in the pot and touching it. It was just too much. So that's what we're using previously, and we're glad that we have this system, because now I can just go in and simply assign a task, or based off of the bots that we utilize, the task will automatically go to that person, or the triggers that we utilize. So that's what we're using before, and we're just glad that we have more of a cohesive system. I see someone in the chat said Google Forms. We did use Google Forms, and it was a mess.
And for people in the chat too, you can ask some questions and I can cover those as we go. And this is a little bit more to the side. What's the most used feature in Mojo Helpdesk for each of your organization? I know for others, it could be canned responses. You think of something that is just a daily thing that you use.
I'll touch real quick. I'll let Angel elaborate since he's in charge of this stuff when it comes to the systems. But the way that we get tickets between submitting them from our website, email address, it allows us to be very easily approachable from all angles from people. I would think the customizations that Angel does for us to receive the tickets and make it easier for the end user, that's on the daily.
Yeah, so I can elaborate on that. So with Mojo, you have the ability we have multiple clients with their own domain, their own email servers, and we're able to take, and I create a support at company ABC. And when they send an email to support at ABC, which is an internal mailbox, it then can forward that to the Mojo Helpdesk system, and then we get it. So internally, it looks like they have their own ticket system. It looks like we're integrated, and we don't like to draw a line between us and them. We really want to help them succeed, because then we succeed and we both stay in business. So it's pretty awesome how you could do that.
And I just saw a question from Tracy Bryan. Can Mojo be used to book spaces or automatically add something to Google Calendar? That, if you can vote on that, that's on our Trello board. That is something that we covered on our last roadmap webinar. So definitely one of the things that has been requested in the past. Scalability, you talked about scalability, Jim. How small was it? Like how small was the portion of your organization that used it, and how did you go about scaling Mojo Helpdesk usage?
We had one user that was in charge of it, that was using it, and we rolled it out to a couple of our customers. What's interesting is all of our customers that we have are represented on this panel. We have a nonprofit, homeless shelter, we have school systems, and so we're able to meet the need of each individual sector that we provide, no matter the size of the company and no matter what their mission may be. But yeah, we used it with one or two people, and we started rolling it out, and it was so easy to roll out, and we could scale it no matter how large the organization or how small the organization. To Angel's point, people like to feel like they have control over their IT, even though they're hiring consultants to come in and do it. And it gives them a lot of empowerment to use the system and reinforce the use of the system within their company or their nonprofit. So it allowed us to do a lot of different things very quickly based on input that we got from our customers.
And from a reporting standpoint, what do each of you look at? Are you looking at resolution time? Are you looking at, hour turn tickets? How do you use Mojo Helpdesk from a reporting standpoint? Maybe I'll start with you, Todd.
Our reporting is, we haven't actually used it that much. You would be surprised. I mean, I've kind of wanted to, but the issue that I'm seeing is because of how efficient we are with kind of a lean staff, there are nothing really rises to the level of we need to see what's going on so we can fix it. I know it sounds bad. I've tried to implement, how fast do we do this, rate your support, but the people are happy. And so we've actually not needed the reporting that's built in. I will say this, that we had a consultant come in the fall and just kind of analyze everything we're doing from an IT perspective. And I was able to export 10 years worth of tickets, and they categorized them all and said, y'all are doing a great job. You could probably use another IT person, to which I was like, yep, we have two people supporting all of us. But they said, you guys are doing great, and Mojo is helping you do great. So Personally, we've not needed or used the reporting that much. And it kind of surprises me too, because our operations director is a Lean Six Sigma black belt guy, and it's all about efficiency. And our maintenance and IT queues do not come up on his efficiency radar. So then I guess we're doing something right.
Love that. Ashley.
We're kind of opposite. We have to use the reporting in the efficiency part of Mojo Helpdesk. We have constant turnovers, especially in our homeless shelters and our crisis housing, of rooms that need to be ready and tasks that need to be done. So we do look at response times. We do look at when the ticket is picked up, when it's been tasked, any comments that's been going back and forth between, what's the delay, what's happening. So we are utilizing Mojo Helpdesk in that way. And then also we have to use it for reporting now to get more funding, to hopefully secure more funding for more projects that we have down the line.
I love that there's a bigger cause behind you using the reporting. Kara.
Yeah, we're much like Todd. We just don't have to utilize the reporting that often. Mainly when I'm looking at it, I'm looking at a lot of how long it takes us to close things. But again, we're a very small department. It's myself, a network administrator, and one tech. So we communicate regularly, so we know what we're doing, but we can also look and follow more about, is it one particular person? I noticed somebody in the chat was talking about giving stars for, hey, you're using Mojo, way to go. And I think that's a great idea, but I'm also in the education world where people like to get stars, and you don't want them to start putting in things that they don't need to put in. And so
That's good.
I love, though, that it's so simple that teachers can fill out. And sometimes it's a simple thing of like, I forgot my password. So you can just fill it in very quickly and be done with that and go on. So, I know there's a lot more there that we're not utilizing, but just because of our sheer size, we don't have to utilize.
Right. Jen, an Angel.
Primarily, we'll use it. My concern in reports we pull are aging reports. I like to make sure that our tickets are not hanging. We want to close tickets within a day or two. We want to close them. If we don't close them, we'll discuss them in our weekly meetings I have with my team and find out why they're not closing. We found that any reporting that we needed to get done or any data we want to pull, we've never had a problem contacting Mojo and saying, hey, we're trying to do this. Can we achieve it, and how quickly can we do this setup? And I'm not endorsed by Mojo. I have to pay my fee. I have no vig, no piece in this, but they do it very fast. And my ticket manager needs that speed when something comes up and we have to get a report or print something out for a customer or for ourselves, and it's not there. The response time from Mojo to work on that and really pick the brain of my ticket manager is really exceptional. You go to some of the bigger people out there, maybe they'll call you back, maybe they'll send you an email. We get calls, we get a voice, and that's key to what we do. Customer service is my main thrust. We want it back, and whatever service we have, and Angel can attest to this, if the service we hire does not give us a customer service, we will move on in a finger snap because our customers can't wait. We don't want to wait.
And
yeah, definitely.
what a great
Can I just add to that?
advertisement.
I'd like to add to that, to what he said was, Jim, I clicked around for about 5 minutes trying to figure out how to export all of our tickets, and I was in parts of the help desk I never go into because it's a set it and forget it. So I opened a ticket, and within a few hours, they're like, oh, click here, here, here. And I'm like, oh, look at that. So you're exactly right. I didn't know how to do it. They helped me in a couple hours, and I was good to go.
And Angel's probably the one that's closest to it, because I know that Angel knows our customer support team pretty well over the last several years. How has it been for you, Angel?
Yeah, very responsive. I mean, it's just great. You put in a ticket. I mean, most of the times within a few hours you hear back, and we deal with a lot. We interface for our clients with a lot of different services, right? You have email services, you have Microsoft. So if we can't reach out to Mojo and get a solution to a problem, it's going to hold us up. It's going to hold up our client. So the more we can minimize that gap in that time is kind of key for us.
Perfect. I wanted to take a moment to also give each panelist a chance to talk about their organizations, right? So we are coming up on 40 minutes on this webinar. I'll save a few questions from the audience to the panelists as well. But if you can walk us through your mission, right? Maybe there are people in the audience who might be able to use your service or know a little bit more about your organization, what your mission is. That would be helpful. So I will start with you, Ashley.
Everyone always wants to start with me. I'm like, next time I should just take my camera off. No. So like I said, our organization is based in South LA. For anyone who knows, LA is broken up into what we call SPAs, which is service planning areas, because LA is so big. So we service only SPA 6, which is South LA, Compton, Littlewood, and Paramount, for anyone who knows any of the California cities. And we service homeless individuals, homeless families. We also service transitional age youth, and then we also service the LGBTQ plus community. So we have wraparound services, everything from mental health to housing, to substance abuse programs. Homelessness is such a hot topic right now for all of the United States because of funding and all kind of things. But that's pretty much Hopics in a nutshell. Like I said, I've been here for 13 years. I moved my way up. I started off as an administrative assistant, then I became a data person, and then an event coordinator, and then COVID kind of shut down all of that. And they were like, hey, you'd probably be a good manager. Let's throw you into this. So I was like, okay. So I've been here for a while, since I was, I think, 21. So I'm 33 now. So it's a good company to work for. And we love servicing anyone who's experiencing homelessness.
Thank you. Jim.
Mute.
We are a full service tech consulting company. We don't do databases. We do not get into writing software. When I started the company in 2001, my main thrust was customer service. A few years prior, my first introduction to computers was in '99. We had to hire some consultants to come in and work on a network. And it was just a hideous experience, because back then, tech people had the God complex, and they really treated customers just, get out of my way. I'm going to tell you what you need. I'm going to do it, and you're going to pay me to do it. And we paid a lot. And so I got my MBA, quit my job, started my consulting business, and said the number one priority we're going to have is customer service. Number two is going to be the tech, and trying to find people who understand how to empathize with individuals who are having tech-related problems and their frustrations. Their boss is breathing down their neck. Not everybody has a good boss, and they feel that stress. It's up to us to make sure that everyone's productivity tools make them productive, and they need it with the copiers to the IP phones, to the cell, to the mobile technology, desktops. We cover all of that: servers, firewall, security. We do all of that, and the main thrust is with customer service. Our worst enemy is us. We create an atmosphere with our customers where they anticipate response from us within about 30, 40 minutes. If they don't get a response, I get a phone call. And hey, is Angel working today? Well, you're not my only customer. He's busy. But yeah, we're going to get to you. So we end up creating this atmosphere that every once in a while it rears its ugly head, and we talk about it. But even though we feel that stress, we still will work with our customers. And the one thing we tell the owners who I report to pretty much, is they say, do I have to do this help desk ticket thing? I go, you sign my check. You can do whatever you want. But everybody else has to use that ticket system. There's no way around it. Yeah. So it does get difficult at times because of the atmosphere we created. But it took me 21 years to hire 7 of the best people on the Eastern Seaboard to do what we do best. And we're relentless, 7 days a week. My ticket guy is on the ticket system 12 hours a day, Monday through Friday, 8 hours a day, Saturday and Sunday, because he loves what he does. Simply, it's very easy. Not that it matters. My ticket manager is in a wheelchair. He's paraplegic, and he loves the quality of life that Mojo Helpdesk contributes to, because I let him work from home. All my people work from home. We don't have an office. We're grown-ups and we know we have work to do. And he absolutely loves how easy it is to use Mojo Helpdesk to navigate around. He's got 2 massive screens in his office, in his house. He gets it done. And so, long story long, we just focus on customers. That's our prideful point. It wears us out sometimes, but I think I can speak for Angel and my guys that it's worth it.
Thank you. Todd.
Hey, okay. Cypress Christian School, we're in northwest part of Houston, and we're actually moving farther out to the suburbs. Bridgeland is a new development, if you're familiar with the area. But our mission is to honor the Lord Jesus Christ by providing students an education based upon academic excellence and biblical values. And yes, I did read that from our website. We're K-12, independent, non-denominational, so we're not affiliated with the church or anything. We're college prep, and on Monday, our baseball team won the state championship up in Arlington. So how about that?
Ours did too yesterday.
Oh,
so,
yay, great.
yes.
I love that. Thank you. Kara.
Yeah, we are a K-12 public school in Northeast Alabama. We are located about 60 miles northeast of Birmingham. And so that kind of gives you a relation, but where, like Jim was talking about customer service, once you get into the administrative level of a school system, yes, it's all about the kids in that classroom, but it's really about the customer service. And you are a PR person. And so even though we have these tickets that come in and whatever we may think, oh, it's just a printer, but to that teacher, that printer is top priority. If they can't do what they need for their students, then that becomes their number one priority. And so we really have to, we can't say, well, look, we've got all these other things that we think are more important, because they're not. Because to that teacher in that classroom, that's what's most important. Luckily, we are small enough. We have 3 schools. The farthest school from my office is 1.5 miles. And so when I took over, it was very much we're going to be in the schools. We're not going to do things remotely. Even if we can do remotely, it's very important that our face is seen in the school. So when you put a ticket in, we're going to be there. Our rule kind of is, if it's a 10-minute or less thing, if they grab us in the hall, then we'll just do it and go on with life. But if it's going to be more extensive, yeah, let's put a ticket so we don't forget. But we also want to be very approachable and still use those phone calls and those text messages and, hey, let's be there. So it's just the whole job is customer service.
Thank you, everybody. Panelists, thank you. I am now opening it up to the audience. If you have any questions to us or the panelists, there's actually one that popped up from Pedrito Brown sent to me. Where are your services housed? And this is for Daniel to cover. He just sent that to me. So from a hosting standpoint, if we can just talk through our technical.
So I didn't hear the question. Can you repeat the question?
So where are our services housed? So from a database standpoint, I know we're with AWS.
Okay, so we are hosted at Amazon Web Services in the Oregon area. We have a farm, well, that's the old world. Now it's a cloud. Now we are in the cloud. And we have several servers that are replicated all around the US. And we have also the same setup in Europe. It's based out of Germany, Frankfurt. That's for our European customers that do not want their data to be anywhere else than in Europe. So we have basically 2 very big clouds, one in the US and one in Europe.
Perfect. There's a question in the chat. What are the specific aspects of Google Workspace that Mojo may integrate with?
So we can synchronize with all the login. So basically, single sign-on is one of the most used feature of Google Workspace, especially schools. They love that. So that's one part. The other part is that we also integrate somewhat, but not probably perfectly, with Google Calendar. And that's something we need to focus on in the future, is better, let's say, seamless integration. Right now it's a little bit cumbersome.
Okay. Jason says, I would love to integrate Teams chats into a ticket. That's what we have, the Trello board and the Customer Connect. Let's start a discussion there and get all the others involved in that discussion. Anything you want to add to that, Daniel?
Team chat, is that Microsoft Team or is chat of the team?
I would assume it's Microsoft. Yes.
Okay, yes, Microsoft Team. Okay, yes, that's a very good thing to do. We are right now is developing a feature which is a chat feature, and once that's done, we can look at integrating data from other chats into Mojo. Absolutely.
Perfect. I know everybody's been holding out for that DOS keyboard. I am going to ask Sheila to run the winner of today's webinar. While we run the winner for the DOS keyboard, Joanna, is there something you'd like to add, highlight about DOS keyboard?
Hi, everybody. I'm Joanna. I work here for DOS Keyboard. I've been running sales for a while. I've worked for Dell and Oracle, and I came over to this amazing company. And I can say that I'd never used a mechanical keyboard until I came here, and now I'll never use anything else. So it's also the brainchild of our CEO and founder, Daniel. And I'm super excited for somebody to win this. And if you get a chance, go check out our website and see what you can learn about typing on a mechanical keyboard.
And I guess this is our chance to do the plug too. If you can find DOS Keyboard and Mojo Helpdesk and Instagram, LinkedIn, do the following and the subscribing that everybody does nowadays, we would appreciate that. Winner of the DOS Keyboard is, disclaimer, if you're an employee or a partner of Mojo, you are disqualified, okay? We want either a prospect or a customer to win it. So we are waiting. We're actually using an auto raffle picker online. So Sheila, thank you for doing this. We want to make sure that whoever wins is still on the call, though. So if you're not on the call, we will have to move to another winner.
Must be
James
present to win.
Hernandez, are you on? Unmute and say hi if you're still on. James Hernandez? Going once?
Oh no, he should have went and bought a scratch off instead.
Oh,
Going twice,
so
is James
good.
Hernandez on? I want to make sure that I give him a good 20 seconds. 1, 5, 10, 15, 20. I guess we're gonna have to pick another one. Womp womp.
He can rewatch that on YouTube.
Look at Sheila. Sheila's cutthroat. She already said next. She's like the soup Nazi. She's like, just go.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. Michael Mettelli or Monterey. Michael Monterey. Okay. Sheila, what is it? Michael Mettelli.
Monterey mushrooms.
No? Are you here? Unmute and say hi. They probably had another call to jump to. Okay.
Look at Sheila. The soup Nazi is back again. She's like, next.
All right, let's run the next one.
I think I want to win for myself.
Yeah, right.
Look at Brad. Did I
No, Brad, it was James Hernandez. So we got to run it again.
Oh, that James.
Okay.
And Todd, I'm totally jealous. I saw 311 in Austin in the 90s.
Woo! Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, except when they finished their concert, they said, "Thank you, San Antonio. You've been great." And people booed them.
Well, you all deserve it. You're cocky over there in Austin, so.
So
I'm a Houston girl.
Powell
Same, okay,
Bennett. I'm hoping I'm saying that last name correctly. Oh, it doesn't look like he's still on, Sheila. I'm looking at the attendance. I think we lost about 15 people already. So
Mhm.
I wonder if there's a way that we can just pick from the ones that have stayed on. All right. I can do just a random click on my mouse. Are we good with that?
Yeah, you go ahead. You go
Right.
ahead.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do a random click here.
You gotta close your
Gonna
eyes.
count 3, 2, and 1. Who is this? James Mew.
Yep,
Mew-
I'm here.
Kitty?
Hey, look at him.
Still
There
present.
you go.
Hey.
There you go, reporting.
Oh, you had to check Desk Keyboard's website and choose your keyboard.
That's good.
James Mukitty, if you can please send me an email with your information so we can communicate as to which DOS keyboard you would like.
Sure. Yeah, that'd be great.
It's a DOS keyboard of your choice. So thank you so much for joining. Everybody, thank you to the panelists, forever grateful. We have the resources available, so you can always communicate with us. And we will host another webinar sometime either late July or early August. And that will be releasing our new features. So we'll be talking about new Mojo Helpdesk features to benefit our existing customers as well as new customers. And we will also review the classic UI versus the new experience. So that will help everybody just understand, how we're making our user experience so much better than it ever was. So I appreciate everybody coming on. Please keep an eye out for that next webinar invite. We'd love to have everybody on that again. Thank you, and have a wonderful rest of your week.
Right,
Have a good week.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Best regards from Philippines.
Thank you.